Hello and welcome back to the channel everyone. Learning a new language has always fascinated me. When I first started learning a few new languages, I thought it's really hard and may not be possible. But at the end of the day, when I learned languages, I saw the positive impacts not only on my brain and learning but also on my personality. So, here I share with you some of the important tips about what a language can do to us. As far as the learning of language go, guys, our journey starts in the school when we learn a new language. But our education system is such that it has little emphasis on learning new languages. It's not a part of our culture as well. But I can guarantee you from my personal experience is that learning a new language is truly a mind expanding experience. It inspires you. A new language opens up a whole new door to a previously unexperienced world. It is truly filled with rich human experience. But language and learning new languages, it requires time and energy. It requires a significant investment of these two modalities. So is it worth it, or what are the benefits that you can gain out of learning a new language? This is what the video is all about. In this video, we will see how learning a language improves your brain, your memory, and your personality as a whole. So the first thing is, learning a new language increases the neuronal connections that are there in our parts of our brain that are concerned with learning a new language, learning and memory. They enhance the performance of our brain. When a child learns a new language, that new language is stored in an area where the native language sits. So the brain experiences both these languages and it clumps them into a same part. But when an adult learns a new language, the brain accommodates it in a different area. And there are cortical adaptations whenever we are learning a new language. The neuronal connections that we have, the audio, visual and the association areas that are there in brain, they get enhanced and build up for the new language that we are learning. And as language learning is a complex process, it puts a lot of pressure on your brain. It is similar to exercising the muscles. The effect on the brain is similar to the effect of exercise on our muscles. It helps our brain grow. Number two, does learning a new language has any effect on our thinking? Yes, it shapes and reshapes the way in which we perceive the world and we think. And this is what is called as Whorfian hypothesis. Whorfian hypothesis was given by SAPIR and Whorf, which is an idea that our language has an effect on our thinking. Differences among different languages has an effect on the native speaker who speaks that language, in a way that he perceives the world in a different way as compared to others. They structure the world in a different way. Hence, when we learn a new language, we perceive the situation differently. We have a different perception about the world or a situation in a completely different way with a new language that we are learning. We react differently. We get more grounded and more in control of our emotions when we learn a new language, because all these centers in our brain are pretty much connected to one another. Language has a lot of important components attached to it. Whenever we are reading something, suppose we are reading a very emotional novel and we go through a very emotional scene, our brain crafts that scene into our mind and we feel emotional and we start crying. So one of the important components that language has in its association is the areas of the limbic system, the hippocampus for the memory, and the language that are completely associated with one another. So learning new languages gives us a lot of emotional stability and brings a calm to our personality. Language is not just a means of communication, but it is a way in which we organize the world around us into identifiable categories or labels. And this is what is called as development of cognitive diversity, which is a very important part of human nature. So what learning a new language does to you, it provides you with this immense skill of cognitive diversity. Let's just take the example of the Aboriginal tribe from Australia. They are called as the Iorn. Iorn have a very special association with the language. They have a very different way in which the language works. In Iorn, you don't have left and right as far as giving directions or orientation to space is concerned. For them, everything is in terms of cardinal directions like east, west, north and south. So if they want to say or give you a direction, they'll be telling you go ahead south, 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 then go east. or go ahead, north, 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 go west. And in the language, this is for everything. Like if you want to pick up something from a table, they'll tell you that the glass is on the west, west, east of the table. The glass is west, west, north of the table. So you exactly know where the glass is and you pick up that glass. So it's a very special way in which it orients the world for them. And similarly is the situation with us doctors as well. When we are learning our medical education, we go through the anatomy, and in that we learn about human body and we learn about the spatial orientation of the body in terms of anterior, posterior, superior, inferior, the ventral and the dorsal, and it orients our brain in a special way, many times us not knowing that we have acquired a special skill. So if somebody tells a doctor that you have to pick up that book, and he tells to a doctor that the book that you want to pick up is ventro-anterior to you, he will exactly understand where the book is. But for a person who is not trained in this faculty, it's very difficult to get where those directions are pointed out. So one has to understand that if your language and your culture trains you for a very specific thing, your body learns it and your brain learns it. It's a part of the cognitive diversity which is at the core of human existence. It increases your cognitive diversity. And similarly, to add to it, we can take the example of the way in which different colors are perceived in different languages. Like in Russian, you just have two colors for the blue. It is either it's a light blue or it's a dark blue. You don't have any shades of blue in between. So it's very difficult for a Russian to understand the different colors that we have. And similarly, in Japanese, you have a single word for blue and green. They are clubbed together with one another. So such kind of an association or learning of language empowers you with great skills of cognition, learning, memory, and changes in your personality. So being a polyglot does not just help you in learning new things, but it completely reshapes your personality and your brain. So let us guys venture into the world of learning new languages. Make a habit of learning new language every year. Try and learn new things so that they add up value to your life and the value to the human experience that you are living. Hope this video has helped you. Do subscribe to our channel and press the notification bell icon so that you are notified whenever we release a new video. Hope to see you with a new video next time. Thank you very much.